The first ever pink ball test match that the Indian women's team have played has ended in a draw. This test is part of a multi-format series between Australia versus India, and it's time for us to do a review here on Cricbuzz. Well, day 4, it was all about the 108 overs that was to be bowled in this day. We had lost so much overs due to rain, and India were the only team that really could find a way of winning this encounter. Australia came in at 134 for 4 with Lisa Perry and Ashley Gardner in. First and foremost for the Australians, they wanted to ensure that they got past that first 45 minutes and then ticked off the follow-on. Both players looked really set, but it was Ashley Gardner, once she brought up her half century, her maiden half century, fell to Dipti Sharma off a good catch of Mitali Raj. That opened the floodgates because it was just before the new ball was to be taken. Once that happened, well, we know what India are like with the new ball, and the pace trio of Julan Goswami, Meghna Singh and Pooja Vastrika were able to really turn the tide for India by picking up plenty of wickets. And really there was a slight chance where if India had taken Lisa Perry, because she'd given a number of chances behind point region, if they had taken that, they may have been able to enforce the follow-on. Australia limped their way across the line, and just to keep the game moving on, Meg Lanning decided to declare. Albeit it was a few runs, maybe 15 minutes after they had passed on the follow-on. Now the Australians threw the gauntlet back to India. Well, India had a lead, and it was all about now trying to figure out what type of target could they give the Australians to dangle in front of them, to be able to get them to go hard, thinking that maybe they could chase down the total, but also create opportunities. Smriti Mandana, Shafali Verma out there, and they looked good at the start, but unfortunately for India, they weren't able to accelerate as quickly as they would have. The Australians have improved throughout this series and this test match with their bowling and their lines and lengths that they need to be able to execute in the test match. Shafali Verma, what an absolute star of the game. She just continues to churn out runs just for fun. Another half century for her. And you felt while she was still out there that she was a chance to potentially get India those quick runs. Yastika Bhatia was promoted to that number 3 position ahead of Poonam Rao and Mitali Raj. And India decided to declare at 135 for 3. And what that meant was that Australia, if they wanted to secure victory, had to go at 7 runs per over. Probably a little bit too far out of the equation. However, there was still 30 odd overs left that India could bowl to Australia, and it was a period where if India got it right, and they had throughout this pink ball test match, create opportunities and take them, they could put a lot of pressure on the Australian team. They did that. They were able to remove Elisa Healy and Beth Mooney, and there must have been a few little nervous players in the dugout because they were thinking, we need someone to step up and hold the fort. Again, it was Lisa Perry. She was a star of the show from an Australian perspective, and boy doesn't she love pink ball test cricket. Hasn't been dismissed playing in her 2 pink ball test matches. Just looked at ease, was able to settle the calm, the nerves of everyone else out there, as well as Meg Lanning out there in the middle. With 1 hour left to go in the day's play, when drinks were taken, Meg Lanning, the umpire, they were quite keen to shake on it and call it a day. Mitali Raj, who we may not see on Australian shores and may not see her captain India in the test format again, had to just have a look at the scoreboard, figure out what she wanted to do. If they had picked up another couple of wickets, we may have seen India ensure it goes into the last hour. In the end, the captains shook their hands. So what can we take out of this match? Who has the momentum? Because we've got to remember that now that the test is drawn, it goes 2 points to Australia, 2 points to India. Australia lead the points tally 6 points to 4 with 3 T20s left. If India win all 3 T20s, they go on and win this inaugural trophy, India-Australia trophy. If Australia win 2 out of the 3, they win the series. If it's tied, no one wins the series because no one's held this trophy before. So there is a lot to play for. And India absolutely take the momentum into the T20 games. They've played so well in the last 2 ODIs and the Pink Ball Test match that they have got this Australian team on the back foot. As for Australia, the positive things that came out of this test match, Elise Perry has found her rhythm. I hope now when she gets that white ball in hand, she is just as deadly. She is such an important person within this Australian team simply because they don't have Megan Shute and Jess Johnson, especially in the T20 format, because those 2 players hold so much for this Australian team to be successful in the shortest format. Also, for Australia, the benefits that they can have is for when they look forward to the next test that they play, which is at the end of the summer against England. So many lessons learned for the Australian team in this Pink Ball Test match. We have been lucky enough to witness some memorable moments. Smriti Mandhana, maiden test 100, also player of the match performance. Shafali Verma showing us what she can do. Pooja Vastrika, excellent with the ball. Meghna Singh swinging it around. And the legends, Mithali Raj and Julian Goswami out on the field, possibly for the last time in the test arena. And Julian Goswami just leading this bowling attack like she has done for such a long period of time. We will miss both of you when it comes to test cricket. We will miss you as well here on Australian soil. And we cannot wait for the T20 games because this series is so alive. I look forward to you joining me on Cricbuzz.